At least this time I'm not on mute. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? We seem a little bit more professional. I like it.
Well, yeah.
Off or someone comes through that door, or listen, we never know. Let's not mess around.
Yeah, you never know. Well, while the going's good, let's hope this one works. Guys, please like, subscribe, and Duke, what are they doing with that belt today?
Stroke it. Stroke the belt.
Give the bell a stroke. Give the bell a stroke. How are you, my son?
I'm not bad, mate. As I just said to you offline, got a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
A little bit feeling the stress and the strain a little bit. I'm hearing some bits and some grumblings from downstairs, if I'm honest with you, and it's annoying me slightly. I know it shouldn't. The situation I find myself in, but
you find yourself with a wry smile, surely.
I do in a way for a predicament.
Yep.
But for other people, I'm incredibly frustrated, and I feel very sad for them at the moment, to be honest with you. But listen, once I get more information to share, then obviously I will. Evening, Mark. Hope you're well.
Oh, we're talking in riddles. People are going, what the bloody hell's he on about?
They'll learn soon enough in the next
Secret squirrel. But yeah, I know what's going on. So there you go. Anyway, tomorrow, Duke, we got the small matter, as it says on the banner there. We're travelling to the Allianz Stadion in the fair city of Vienna for Matchday 5 of the UEFA Europa League. Try saying that when you've had a few of these. I'm driving early tomorrow, so I'm only having the one. Group H, Matchday 5 of 6. Where we face Rapid Vienna. Now, to be honest with you, mate, I'm finding it very difficult on the basis of the game that we played against them at London Stadium. I'm finding it quite difficult. And I hope this is not me setting myself up for sort of like a fall tomorrow after the game's done. But I can't really make a case for Rapid Vienna too much.
I won't lie to you. I might have just pressed the wrong button on the poll, and I might have just given it as a home win on the poll.
Oh no! How's the poll doing?
Well, it's actually in our favour. I'm not quite sure what I've done there. You've had 7 polls.
You turncoat.
You've got a 29% chance of Vienna winning, according to the
okay.
According to the poll, 57% in favour of the mighty Irons and 14% as a draw. Obviously, about 12% of that 29 is obviously this Spoonhead. So yeah, but listen, I know where you are. Ooh. I know where you're at. I mean, it's to be honest, finding myself very
Kent.
Evening, Kent, and I'm in agreement with Kent there.
Yeah.
I'm just finding it very difficult for this one. It sounds bad to get motivated for it, Gatesy, to be honest with you. I'm feeling, obviously, with everything I've got going on behind the scenes, I'm still struggling to get motivated for this game. And I can't. It's just one of them. You know, it feels like as of a couple of weeks ago, this proof was done and dusted. And here we are in a situation that, as I told you, that door would open, didn't I? I said this would happen. Come and say
it's Logan, isn't it? Hello, mate. You're right, Logan. That's Duke's boy Logan. For those of you wondering who the hell that is, it's our youngest employee. We send him up chimneys on a regular basis, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Listen, they've got to earn their keep. They've got to earn their keep. There's no free bed and lodgings round here, let me tell you.
Well, they're only here at the minute. No, he's off to bed, bless him. But I did tell you, didn't I, at the start of the stream, before they said they joined us, that's exactly what was going to happen.
No script.
Would open. Listen, what's the point of having a script? We don't stick to it anyway.
Boring. And obviously, I dropped the little hand grenade, didn't I, before we went live? And I dropped the hand grenade, and I said to you, "You do know that Antonio hasn't travelled, don't you?" Which is what, literally, as I say that, Kent has just put up on the chat.
Listen, for me, right, with what Kent says there, I can see the changes, not just because it's a Europa League fixture and that's what we tend to be doing, but I see the changes because we were piss poor on Saturday against
I'm not even sure we were that good.
Yeah, no, again, that's very true. Just because we were quite poor, so those changes I think will mix it up a little bit, and the guys coming in are going to have the opportunity to play for their shirt on.
What? You've had your train of thought a little bit knocked, have you?
Listen, right? If only. That's all I got for you. If only.
Welcome, Mia. Welcome.
Again, if only. Anyway, back on track. Enough of those thoughts running through my head.
Back in the room.
It's not quite 9 o'clock. I've got to wait another hour.
Yes. He'll behave himself for about another 51 minutes, Mia. Maybe.
Yeah. Playing from Jersey.
Right. Rapid Vienna.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Shall I rescue you? I could put this up and we could discuss that if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's discuss.
Okay, I'll get rid of that banner, and there we go. Right, I'll go full screen. This is what I tell you what. Let me get rid of that one. Hang on a minute. See, this is what you don't realise, guys. This is like the flight deck of the Starship Enterprise. Honestly, there's so many buttons to press. Anyway, so this is what I suspect we're going to go with, or something along those lines. Now, Areola in goal, standard, bang. I don't think he's going to change shape. I've ummed and ahed about this. Is he going to go to 3 centre backs and wing backs? I don't think so tomorrow. Cresswell left. I think his delivery again is absolutely critical. The only shame is that we don't have another left back of his quality with that sort of delivery, because he's playing virtually every game, isn't he? And was he 31, 32 now? Everybody's sort of saying, "Oh, Declan Rice needs a rest," which isn't sort of like an unfair comment, or Michail Antonio needs a rest, which he's getting tomorrow. But nobody really says about Aaron Cresswell. Oh, Aaron Cresswell needs a rest. I don't tend to hear it so much, but he plays for me. Yeah. I think Issa Diop is going to be moved to left. He's going to be the left centre back, and Craig Dawson will be on the right because he doesn't like playing on the left, evidently. And Vladimir Kufau, I think, will come in at right back. I think Ben Johnson will be removed from the starting 11. Don't know if he'll be removed from the squad, but I think it will be Kufau at right back. Declan Rice will have the captain's armband, and I think we're going to see Alex Crowell. And I hope we see Alex Crowell, if I'm being honest, because for one thing, I think Thomas Souček just looks knackered, and I don't think we've seen enough of Alex Crowell. So I'd like to see Alex Crowell alongside Declan Rice. The only thing I worry about is that does that perhaps reduce our goal threat? Well, I don't think so, because I think that Alex Crowell will probably be sitting a little bit more in that particular pairing and allow Declan Rice to get forward as he did earlier in the season. Obviously, that was possibly to the detriment of Thomas Souček, but we'll see. And then ahead of them, I think Lanzini did enough against Wolves to earn the right to have the number 10 shirt here. And in my opinion, I think that this is possibly an audition for him to take to the pitch at the Etihad, but we'll see what happens. Vlasic left, Yarmolenko right, and Bowen shifted up top. Duke, what are your thoughts? And to you guys in the live chat, please feel free to get in the comments your thoughts on the starting 11, what you think might take to the pitch. Duke, over to you.
Well, Ken's come up with a good one there in the chat about Elise.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, I've heard he's travelled.
Yeah. I personally, and again, I've got a feeling I'm going to come in for a bit of stick here. I'd play
James
and even James. I'd play Crow and Noble in the middle. Again, Noble's ball retention is quite good. So I'd have Nobles and Crow in there. You're right with what you said about Lanzini. I feel that he's done more than enough to deserve that shirt. And again, ball retention-wise, with him and Nobes in there together, fantastic. Yarmolenko,
I know. You do sit there and go, what does he bring?
He doesn't, and that's what annoys me.
But who else could play there?
Without having to play,
Ryan Fredericks, maybe. I did sort of wonder whether maybe sort of Ryan Fredericks, but I think he'll go with Yarma.
He doesn't offer enough of a goal threat against you, does he, Fredericks? Do you know what I mean? Whereas Yarma, when he does turn it on once every, 13 months, can do something special. So I actually, if anything, would like to see him dropped, Bowen back out there, Vlasic up top, and Ben Rama out wide.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to see. I just don't think, and for me and the guys in the chat, you're more than welcome to come back at me with your reasons why not, or, disagreement. I just don't think Bowen offers enough of not necessarily a physical threat. But
I think that's a fair comment. I don't think he does.
It's not even, I just don't think he holds the ball up as well either. When we're playing, if we're not changing the way that we play in alongside the way that our formation sits, then he's not going to hold the ball up as well as Antonio does. He's not got that power and the strength. So I'd actually like to see Vlasic go up there and maybe some balls into channels for Vlasic to run onto rather than balls into his feet and then bringing in the wide players, off of Antonio. I'd actually like to see some balls into the channels for Vlasic to chase onto. And again, with Lanzini and Noble in there who can pick a pass, then that might be the way to go.
Only thing that worries me by having Crowell and Noble as the two CDMs, are they going to have the legs to cope? But then again, having said that, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, Rapid Vienna are not Manchester City, so...
And that's why I drop them both in the middle of the park.
Fair enough.
That'd be why I take them both out of the equation, because I just don't,
The thing is, though, I actually think Yarmolenko's actually played half decent in the Europa games when he's had the opportunities.
Perfect. Left peg like a wood.
Yeah.
Right foot like a donkey. Yeah.
Not even too sure it's as good as that. I think it's probably a little bit of a disservice to donkeys.
Well, yeah. Spencer's got a good shout there. Vlasic up top. Who would you play on the left?
I was just going to say that. Who's Masuaku, maybe?
Are you going to drop Bowen out of the equation altogether? Because I'd have Bowen on the right, Lanzini in the
Masuaku, surely, isn't it?
Top, and then, mate, you can even put Benny out there. Fornals, again, neither of them were great Saturday, but then neither were the rest of the starting 11. So,
Do you reckon they'd have been singing on the plane across to Vienna?
I'm missing a joke.
Do you reckon they'd have sung anything by Vanilla Ice?
Well, see, I did wonder if you were going there. I'm gutted I missed this. Obviously, I spend more time on Twitter these days than I do.
You haven't seen it? Oh, I'll send this to you.
I haven't seen it. I know that the Sport Group put a tweet out. And apparently, Barsum pitchy vocals. Apparently, he was actually quite good with the rap. I don't know how much to read into that, to be honest with you.
I think he did better than I would have managed, but then again, I'm in my mid-40s.
I mean, listen, right, I can do a bit of karaoke.
You fancy giving us a rendition?
No, it's the same as Informer, isn't it, by Snow?
What are the words to that song?
I don't even think it's words. I just think it's letters of the alphabet.
Yeah, I know the first word is Informer, and then after that, it's just... You know, it's like, what the...
That's literally it. I've got nothing. I've got nothing, mate.
No.
It's probably for the best, though, right?
I think it might be. But no, I think that we're going to have a strong 11 go out there. I don't think it will be a completely scratch side. As I say, I do wonder whether Alese might be one of the centre backs that will play, as was mentioned earlier.
I'd like to see it. I mean, listen, Ben Johnson came in and took his chance with both hands, didn't he? So
He did.
there's hardly, again, not a bad shout. I mean, there's hardly a better time when you consider that we're in a position where we're in that group.
Mm.
You know, I think a point gets us top spot, doesn't it? Is that right? So
yeah, that will guarantee. I believe 1 point will make sure that we know we're playing. We know we're playing European football beyond tomorrow night, and obviously beyond the 6th game of the group. But it's just a question of, will it be that we're straight through to the round of 16, or we're going to play this playoff round? I think that. Yeah, I think that we've got obviously tonight, and obviously tomorrow night, and also if the worst were to happen, we've got a home game against Dinamo Zagreb that we could sling all our eggs into that particular basket. But I think we'll get the job done tonight, which then makes the Zagreb match a dead rubber, so to speak. So I wouldn't have a problem if I turned up to London Stadium on that game and saw Harrison Ashby getting a run out or Daniel Chester's getting a run out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the chances are there, aren't they? What I'd like to see in the next couple of games, actually, so you put both of them up. I'd like to see Chester's maybe, get a few minutes tomorrow night. I'd like to see Ashby maybe get a few minutes tomorrow night. I'd like to see maybe Alese start, just because we're in a situation where we can afford to, Gatesy, and that's not going to happen too often this season, where we're in a position that we can afford these guys the opportunity to get some games in. So it might be worth on that one.
Yeah. I've got the Vienna team as well, just for balance, and I will go full screen with it, but I can't lie. I can't. Now, you might be able to, because I know that Austrian Bundesliga is a league that you're quite keen on because of obviously your heritage, if you will. Are there any of these players that are familiar to you with your knowledge of the Austrian Bundesliga, Duke? Or
the left back is definitely a name that I'm aware of.
Maximilian Ullmann.
Again,
that's a good point, Spence. Actually, yeah, we do.
No, I don't think we'll have the 2 extra games, Ken. To be fair, I think we can. If we can draw tomorrow, I think that's enough. Good evening, Simon.
Simon, there's no need to shout, mate.
Good evening, sir. It's nice to join us. Is that the Vimmer that played for Spurs? Right.
Yeah, Vimmer played for Spurs. Yes, he did. Yeah. But I don't think he'll start tomorrow.
No, I don't think he'll start. Ullmann I'm aware of. And that's about it. That's about it, really. And again, I just think we'll have too much for him.
Yeah.
I know it's behind closed doors tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes. So, which actually helped the fans that booked the tickets and all the rest of it, didn't it? Because I understand that because the country'd gone into the lockdown, that they get their travel fees and all the rest of it back because they wouldn't have been able to make the trip anyway.
Yeah. So I think that does them a favour.
Massively.
But then, listen, at the end of the day, I think it's a game with we could probably mix experience with youth and still come away with the point that we actually need to qualify. There's no players there that really I mean, they didn't worry us in the first game, Gatesy, to be fair. So,
no. Is there any of them players that you look at, other than you've mentioned, obviously, Ullman, but are there any other players that you look at and think, yeah, they could be a little bit of a task to try and contain, or are you looking at them and going, nah, pretty much?
Going by the first game we played against them, mate. I mean,
yeah,
they you know, as Ken mentioned earlier, they're going to have to come at us. They're going to have to come at them. They're going to have to try and play some attacking football. And if we're clever with it, we can pick them off step by step, and it'll be enough. 2 goals, 3 goals. We could quite easily pick them up tomorrow. It's not like when I went to watch Genk at home, and I pointed out, Ito. And the South American fella, the left back, right back, one or two.
Preciado.
I pointed out that those 2 were dangerous players, and lo and behold, in the next game, they proved exactly that, and we struggled. So, but these guys, there was nothing in the first game that concerns me with this. There's nothing really for tomorrow that does the same thing. So it's just a case of, go out there. It's got to be a professional job. We've got to go out there. We've got to make sure we've got our game head on to go out there and pick up hopefully the 3 points. A point will be enough. I won't be disappointed if we only pick up a point, if we do go out there with some not necessarily a young side. If we go out there and we're clever with it, and we play, kind of mix the youth in with the experienced, and then we pick up a draw, I'll be happy with that as well. At least the kids are getting some game time. The kick-off tomorrow as well, Rob, isn't it? It's this
4:45.
Game.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to get my skates on tomorrow.
Then we got from the friend of the channel, Chris.
Chef's in. Chef.
Hey, Mr. Ben. I know our friend Chris.
Don't be burning them steaks.
I won't be doing that for a while. He's Leicester City are playing at 8 o'clock, so I'll keep an eye out for him. I'd like to see him do all right. So,
You're not worried that, because they've actually got a new manager, Rapid Vienna. Their manager that was in harness for the game at London Stadium, a gentleman by the name of Dietmar Kubauer, was replaced by their former player and 2-time Austrian Footballer of the Year, gentleman by the name of Stefan Hoffmann, a fortnight ago. After winning just 4 of their opening 14 Bundesliga fixtures and 1 of their European ties. I'm going from the West Ham Club website here, not off of the top of my head. I'm not that clever. And it says here that Rapid did win Hoffmann's first game in charge, which was 1-0 at home to SCR Altach in the Bundesliga at the weekend. So you don't think that we could suffer from running into a team that maybe has a little bit of that new manager bounce sort of thing?
No, they had that game in the first one he was in charge of. So, they've had that new manager bounce, if you will. And without being disrespectful, unless we put out the kids tomorrow night, there's going to be enough there for us to take these to task, really. Even without Antonio up front, there is enough there to take him to task. So, I can't. I really, and I hope it doesn't come back and bite me in the arse.
Yeah.
I really can't see them, causing us too many dramas.
Yeah, and just looking there, just for confirmation, we're on 10 points. Zagreb's on 6, Genk on 4, and Rapid Vienna on 3. So if we win tomorrow, it takes us to 11 points. And even if Zagreb beat Genk tomorrow to then put them on 9, that would put them on 9 points. So, they could still catch us.
So a draw for us, as long as Zagreb lose tomorrow or draw, as long as we either match or better their result, we finish top.
Yeah. Obviously, if we get a point and they win, then it's all on the last game, and we would be able to draw that game at London Stadium, but we wouldn't be able to lose it, because then we would drop down to second. And as Kent says, we want to try and avoid those extra 2 matches. I can only speak for myself. I'm good, Scott, and I'll let.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I've had a mare of a 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, but I've certainly been in a better place But karma is a bitch, and good things come to those who deserve them, and I certainly do deserve them. So hopefully I can have a good time in the next couple of weeks.
All will be revealed though. You can't say too much more, can you? You're sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, I'm not. It's one of them. Let's just say I may be venturing into enemy territory very soon.
Ooh, you can't give too much away though, Duke.
Back in South East London.
Do you want some nuggets?
Give me a nugget. I love a nugget.
No, I can't unfortunately get these up on screen because things just went a little bit pear-shaped on that. So I'm going to have to read it from another tab on my computer. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen.
It's fine. Go on.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so Rapid Vienna's only previous European game against us was on Matchday 2 of this season's Europa League, where they lost 2-0. They have lost all 3 games against English sides in the competition, also losing twice to Arsenal in 2020-21 season. Reasons to be cheerful, Mr. Stribling?
Yeah, listen. As I say, I'm finding it very, very difficult to get motivated for this because it's one of those. It's not quite a dead rubber.
Oh, look, someone's in luck.
Well, he is. If you read the one before,
I was just going to say, I was about to click it and then it moved up.
You got that one, and then you got the he's got the one underneath. It seems like he's had a
I'll tell you what, Simon, just do a couple of numbers on the lottery, mate. While the going's good, you might want to sort of like, see how far you can stretch this little run you're on. Honestly.
And let me know what the numbers are that you're thinking.
He must have trod in something. I don't know. They say it's good luck.
Well, I'm not gonna count too much on that one. To be honest with you. I'm not going to make too much of a comment. I feel like I've trodden it quite a lot in the last couple of weeks, mate. So I'm not going to say too much. But no, I mean, listen. As I say, I find it very, very difficult to get myself motivated. Fingers crossed. It's not too far away. I'm actually, as a distinct possibility. I've got another interview for. It's in Lewisham.
We'll see how that goes. So, but there you go. Oh dear, yeah. Trosh just saying to Simon, good luck. Apart from the last one, I don't know if you guys that know, but Simon's actually a Chelsea fan. He never professed to be a West Ham fan, and to be honest, we couldn't care less whether he supports West Ham or not. He's a nice guy. He's always been part of the Forge family, and yeah, exactly. I couldn't care less if he's a Chelsea fan, if he's a West Ham fan, if he's not even a football fan, but he likes the channel, stuff it. Yeah.
Can't all be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be boring if everybody supported the same team. You know what I mean? It's like I've always said, there's a big rivalry between us and Millwall, us and Tottenham, us and Chelsea. But if those clubs ever went out of business and didn't exist any longer, I'd be like, oh my God, that's all your banter and rivalry gone. It's like we haven't got the same sort of relationship with Arsenal. We haven't got the same sort of relationship with Crystal Palace. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, thank you, Ken. Thank you, Simon. Listen, tomorrow, I can forget about my woes for a couple of hours, Rob. Watch a bit of football. Try and motivate myself for it. Like I say, that's my problem right now. It's almost a dead rubber. It's one of those kind of bullshit moments.
Just get ourselves over the line.
Yeah, and you know what? That's it. Just get us through that 90 minutes, and then
no injuries.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
And then we can think about. What follows.
Yep.
Then we can think about the other. The other games. We can start thinking about who we would face in the in the the knockout stages, whether that be Barcelona, if they don't, I don't know what the scores are tonight, but whether that be Barcelona. And I'll tell you what, mate, I keep mentioning it because I'm kind of hoping that might be the one that falls into our lap. I know some people probably thinking I'm absolutely batshit crazy.
If they drop down, I'd like to get them in the final. Get them in the final.
Yeah, mate, but I'll just get them out of the way.
Hammerhead, hope you're well. Good prediction. We'll get to the predictions after. I've got 4 nuggets left. So, nugget number 2. Excluding qualifiers, English teams are unbeaten in their last 27 European matches against Austrian sides, winning 22 and drawing 5. Since Arsenal lost to 1-0 to FK Austria Vienna in the 91-92 European Cup. Interesting. Okay. Fact number 3. This is Rapid Vienna's 300th match in European competition, including qualifiers, and they are the first Austrian side to reach that particular milestone. The only thing I can remember them ever doing in Europe, and Kent's in the chat, and he'll probably confirm it or otherwise. The only thing I can really remember them doing that made any waves in Europe was they got to the final of the Cup Winners' Cup in '85, and Everton beat them 3-1. It's the only thing that I can remember them doing of any particular note in Europe in 300 matches. But good luck to them. It's an achievement, I guess.
I mean, listen, we're in a situation ourselves where we're now just about embarking on something a bit special. So, at one point in time, they started their embarkation on something special and continued to play. I mean, I'd like to think that at some point in our lifetime, Gacy, and by that I mean us, that we can sit there and we can say that we've watched our side play European football for 300 games, So, like to, and hopefully eventually we'll find ourselves in a situation where we have our own significant amount of games in European football. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not.
Small acorns. Small acorns, mighty oaks.
Enjoying what's going on currently, and all the time that we're there, I'm going to continue to enjoy it. So, let's just have a bit of fun.
Yeah. Factoid number 4 of 5. We are unbeaten in our 4 UEFA Europa League matches this season, winning 3 and drawing 1. We last had a longer run in major UEFA European competition between March 1965 and March 1966, a run of 9 that included winning the 1965 Cup Winners' Cup final. Could we go on to create another little slice of history and win, have a run of 10 unbeaten? That'd be nice.
Listen, we both at the start of all of this were incredibly confident, Rob, were we not, that we would have a shot at this trophy. We said that. We said that we felt that we could be there or thereabouts for a shot at this trophy at the end of the season. So there's no reason. There's no reason, and I'm still confident enough to think that we still can go on and win this tournament at the end of the season.
Why not?
And for the fantastic servant that he was, Mr. Noble, to lift that trophy. So I'm still confident enough that we can do it, and I'm still pleased to think that by the end of it, we'll be in a good place.
Yeah. And in answer Kent, yes, that was the Everton team of Sharp, Sheedy, Heath, Reed, Neville Southall, Derek Mountfield, Andy Gray, etc., etc. Yes, I am that old. I'll open the hands up to that one.
When that was played, isn't it?
No, not quite. Factoid number 5. Saeed Benrahma has scored 3 goals in 2 UEFA Europa League starts this season for us. The last Hammers player to score more in a single major European season was David Cross in 80-81 when he scored 6 in the Cup Winners' Cup. And that is your factoids, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but here we are. We were talking earlier, weren't we, that Benny's not going to start. So kind of, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Do you think he's travelled with the squad, unlike Mikel Antonio?
Yeah, no, I'd like to see him start, and I mean, listen, there's a possibility that he can play a false nine.
True.
You know, he's got the ability. He's a very skillful player, and there's nothing to stop him from being able to pull that kind of football out of the bag. So, be interested to see where we end up with that. So I would like to see him start. I'd like to see us stick with the same formation. I'd like to see some youngsters in there. Listen, I sit in front of a YouTube camera with you. I don't get paid the thousands of pounds a week that Mr. Moyes does. So let's leave it in his safe hands for tomorrow and see what tomorrow brings. And like Hammerhead said in the last comment now, it's going to be a neutral stadium.
Yep.
Because it's going to be empty. You know, our fans weren't allowed to go due to issues in Genk, which still absolutely blows my mind when you consider that Borussia Dortmund turned their stadium into a fireworks centre.
Have you seen the footage of the fans storming the gates?
Have you seen the footage of Borussia Dortmund?
Yes, that I have, and that's like they're letting off fireworks and they're letting off rockets, and it's all sort of pyrotechnics and all the rest of it. It's like
see the bloody goal at one point.
I know it was it, but I've seen that loads of times in Europe. It's not like that's the first time that's ever happened. I've seen that loads of times. Go to Galatasaray, go to Fenerbahce, and teams like that. You know, a lot of teams in the old Yugoslavia.
You can take explosives into a stadium, but you can't. Our fans are not allowed to rush a gate, or you see what I mean?
I think the difference was though that it got chucked onto the field of play, didn't it? I think that's their reasoning, rightly or wrongly.
But even then,
I'm not saying it's right.
I just can't. I can't get near around it, to be honest. It annoys me.
I believe, if I remember rightly, my dad was at that game, Kent. And I've got a funny feeling from what I remember, and I could be wrong. I'm fairly sure that this is the match. My old man said that they actually got applauded off by the West Ham fans that day. I could be misremembering a conversation my old man's had, but I'm fairly sure that's right. I'm fairly sure that they were that good that even the Upton Park faithful that day were like, yeah, do you know what? Fair play, you know.
But we've always. Let's be fair, we have always been a bit like that, Gates, haven't we? We've always, you know, if an away team rock up, and especially in Europe, I'm not saying that we're like that with, you know, Spurs United or Millwall rocking up, but if a European team do put in a shift, we do tend to appreciate that, and you know, so we're good fans. Yeah,
they did. Yes, I've seen that as well. So, hello. Are Borussia Dortmund dropping down? Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen what's going on. What are they? Are they in third? Oh, that'd be an interesting one. If they are, yeah, it is that one. Now, as I say, I remember my old man telling me about it and saying that he said they just tore us apart that night. He said they were like so good on the night. And I think we actually went to Tbilisi and won 1-0, but the tie was done. You know, 4-1 home defeat. It's like you ain't coming back from that. So he says, yeah, as things stand.
As things stand, they're currently 2-0 down to Sporting.
Wow.
I'm trying to find.
Do you know, I'd love to go to Dortmund.
Yeah.
I can't lie. The yellow wall. I can't lie. I love to go to that ground. 80,000 in their stadium. Christ.
Yeah, they're wow. Okay, so they really need to turn that round in the in the second half.
That'd be an away game I'd love to go to. Even if I didn't get into the stadium, I'd like to just be like there.
Barcelona only drew last night. Is that right?
I'll be honest with you, mate. Because it's not a competition we're involved in, I've not really sort of taken much of a notice of it at the minute. I know that Man United won.
Benfica.
Okay.
Benfica are only 2 points behind them, mate.
Wow.
Are
they playing them next?
Who have they got next, though?
That'd be funny if they're playing Benfica next and it's in Lisbon. You'd be fuck.
Hang on. Oh, shit, son.
What?
Right, well, they may well finish third, Casey.
Go on.
Well, they're playing Bayern.
What? Borussia Dortmund are playing Bayern Munich?
No, Barcelona have got Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona have got... I hate you. Barcelona have got Bayern in Germany on the 8th of December.
Right.
Okay. And that means that Benfica face Kiev, who are bottom.
Oh.
Both Barcelona and Benfica are on -4 goals for the campaign.
Yeah. Right.
Bayern Munich are on +16 goals for the campaign. Jesus Christ. They've scored 19 in 5 games. Munich.
Wow. I heard something about Lewandowski's got a goal that a lot of people have been raving about. It was like an overhead kick or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
But if Benfica beat Dynamo Kiev and Barcelona draw with Bayern Munich, Benfica will finish second and Barca will finish third on goal difference and will drop out of that group.
Wow.
We could have both Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund in the Europa League.
That would change the complexion of the tournament. I don't think we'd be favourites at that point.
I don't think we would stay favourites.
No. I think the odds would change. The odds would definitely change. Guys in the live chat, please give us your score predictions and goal scorers, just for a bit of fun. Duke, talk me through how you think tomorrow's game's going to go.
I am in agreement with how Ken mentioned it earlier. They're going to come out. They know they've got to. They know they've got to be on the front foot. They know they've got to play. So I'm in agreement with Ken. We're going to pick them off bit by bit. We'll break them down. We'll play our game as such. We'll play. Let them have the ball where they want it.
Yeah.
Up there, all the way over there. Go and keep it.
Yeah. Have it.
We don't need to do much. So I would be quite happy to see. I completely agree. I'd like to think we fancy our chances, wouldn't it? Surely.
Danny Alves is getting paid a king's ransom, as we discussed the other day, isn't he?
We discussed that. He's on a massive wage. 3-1. I agree with Hammerhead. 3-1 tomorrow. Barca would give us a good game. I think that would be the other way around. I think we'd give Barca a good game.
I think mind you, if we play like we did against Wolves, maybe not.
We'd probably still beat them.
Yeah. Kent's gone 2-1 West Ham. He reckons Vlasic is going to get on the score sheet. I'd love to see that, mate. I'd love to see that. And Spencer says Vlasic as well. 2-1 with Lanzini and Vlasic. So I really want. I hope. I want any player that's in a claret and blue shirt, as you do, to be a rip-roaring success. I know that it's not always going to happen, but when you've shelled out anywhere between a reputed 19 million going up to 30 million with add-ons and bonuses and all the rest of it, but he's a significant chunk of change we've spent. So for me, it has to work.
That, mate. There's a bit of cash involved in that, but again, I'd like to think that he will come good. He's got the ability to come good, and I really would like to see him just turn up and stick 2 fingers up at a few people that are already trying to get him sold. I don't get that. I've learned my lesson from last year, Rob.
But I don't get why people would actually want. I mean, if he's been here, I think he hasn't even been here a season, and I think you need to. I think it needs to be like what with Ben Rama to an extent, where that first season was like the acclimatization period, the sort of bedding in, the getting used to because I'm not being funny, in the same way that the Championship is a completely different animal from the Premier League, so's the Russian league. And I know that you could turn around and say, yeah, but Vlasic played in the Premier League before, but Yeah, but he didn't so much. He was in, he was out. He didn't know sort of like, he wasn't sort of like really bedded into Premier League football. And I think he knows that if it doesn't work this time, that's him done as far as a Premier League player is concerned.
Yeah.
So he needs to grab this opportunity. He probably thought the opportunity in Premier League football had gone after his experience at Everton, and now it's come back with West Ham, and I think he's not stupid. He'll know that he's got to grab it. He's got to make it work. Spencer, seriously. Oh my God. Why does that always happen? We buy a player that bangs in goals. We buy them. They can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. They move somewhere else and they hit the goal scoring trail again. I actually think Haller, I'll be honest, I thought Haller was misused, if that's the right word. No, I don't think that he was utilised correctly. I just think that he was unlucky in a way that the manager that bought him went fairly quickly, and the guy that came in wasn't really a manager whose style of football didn't align with how he played football, and it was just one of those things. But he scored some cracking goals. I mean, he scored that goal against Crystal Palace, didn't he? He's got another goal against Sheffield United a couple of weeks before he left. So I'm not really shocked that he's gone to Ajax and he's banging goals in. I mean, all right, yes, it's Champions League football. I mean, sort of like, I'm not shocked that he's scoring a bundle of goals in the Eredivisie, because to be fair, if you take out Ajax and Feyenoord and maybe PSV Eindhoven, the rest of them are not very good.
Yeah, but I don't think you and me could go out and do a job, Casey, do you?
Probably not. Not now. Maybe once upon a time. Once upon a time.
I'm playing Sunday, by the way.
Are ya? What is that, the lads of the village?
Yeah, down at the Rec. I'm making my first return for this season. After a good number of weeks out, obviously with everything that's been going on, I just feel like I can do with a distraction. So I put my name down to start. At least to shine up on Sunday. Whether I start is a different story. But
you got the number 3 shirt, surely.
It doesn't fit me. You do realise it. No, I have to wear. I think the number 9 shirt is the shirt I wear, and that's 3 threes. So I kind of justify myself by wearing the 9 shirt that is 3 times 3. So I feel better about that's the shirt that I have to don.
You could always do what that Ivan Zamorano did when Fat Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, turned up. Do you remember that? He was he had the number 9 shirt. For people that are watching that are going, what the hell is that all about? Ivan Zamorano was a striker for Chile, if I remember rightly, playing for Inter Milan. They bought Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, from Barcelona, and they gave him the number 9 shirt, which was allocated to Ivan Zamorano. And what Ivan Zamorano did, he said, I'll tell you what, I'll have the number 1+8.
Yeah.
Because I always remember seeing him in a Champions League game against Manchester United at Old Trafford, and he was running around, and you could see he had on the back 1+8. And I was like, that's really clever. I like that.
How have they circumvented the rules around that? But he did well. I'll give him his due.
Yeah, so he was still the number 9.
And no, I'll have the number 9 shirt. Saying that, they might have been. I know they got a new kit for this season, so they might have invested in some larger sizes. So it might be that the number
get the number 12 shirt.
Will actually fit me.
Yeah, get the number 12 shirt. Get yourself down to B&Q. Get a plus. Put it between the 1 and the 2. There you go. You've got your number 3 shirt.
Yeah, Logan's told me that he wants to come and watch because he's only ever been to see me twice, and I was sub on both occasions. So he wants to come and watch me. So yeah, if you're about, mate, I want to come down and have a piss take at 10:30 on Sunday morning.
I think my daughter's got a game. I think Libby's playing. Although I say that she's had the last week and a bit off. She injured her calf in training, so she's it's a bit touch and go. And they've also lost their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper dislocated her finger in training as well. They're not doing too well in training. My daughter did her calf. The goalkeeper dislocated her finger. So they turned up at a game last week. My daughter wasn't playing in central mid, and they had no goalkeeper, and they got humped To be fair, it's a team that was 2 divisions above.
Yeah, but you take that into context, didn't you?
But so team 2 divisions above, no goalkeeper, no central midfielder. And to be fair, I know she's my daughter, but my daughter was actually a pretty good central midfielder, to be fair.
Yeah, we've had that discussion, yeah.
Yeah, well, she played a game the other week. I actually didn't think she played that well. She still managed to hit the crossbar twice, take a couple of corners and set up one of the goals. And I turned around to her and said, I didn't think she played that well. I'm a hard bastard.
Knowing your daughter, mate, I can imagine she told you where to go with that one as well.
She did. Yeah. I got 2 words. One of them was off.
Yeah, I can't blame her. She's, like I say, I've watched her.
Yes, that's the one, Kent. That is the one. Yeah, Zamorano got the header and he came out like that, Schmeichel, and made the starfish. Made a save. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
I'll have a butcher's for that save. Then Kent's recommended it.
Oh, have you not seen that one?
No,
I can't remember who crossed it in, but yeah, Zamorano got a powerful header to it, and Schmeichel literally just sort of like did this sort of leap in the air and sort of like just did that, and sort of like it just like
Who was the goalkeeper?
Peter Schmeichel.
Oh right, I thought you meant Shilton.
No. He's on about the Man United Inter Milan game. 90. No. Well, it was the year they did the treble, 99.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm that old, mate. I was only about 6 months old.
Shut up. Behave yourself. Did you give a score prediction? Right. I can't remember. I've lost my train of thought.
I said 3-1. I agree with Hammerhead.
You've gone 3-1. I'm going to go 2-1. I think it will be probably 2-0 up and maybe take our foot off the pedal. There'll be a few changes. They might score a goal right at the last knockings when we've sort of got the job done. And then hopefully, I've already paid for the game. I've got no problem turning up to London Stadium and seeing Darren Randolph in goal, Harrison Ashby at right back, Jamal Baptiste at centre back. I couldn't care less because, to be perfectly honest with you, it makes no difference. We've gone through as group winners. Then
job done, isn't it?
Job done. Obviously, if we need a result, no, we absolutely can't do that. But no. I've got no problem, despite the fact I've paid for the game, I've got no problem turning up and seeing the under-23s. Now, I don't necessarily think he'll do that, but in theory, I wouldn't really give a monkeys about it if it came to pass. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, it's cool, fine, it is what it is. Rest Declan Rice, rest Aaron Cresswell, rest Michael Antonio, rest Thomas Souček. Just give them all a break. Give them all a night off. Don't even put them on the bench. Just send them home. They can put them in the stands. Whatever. Done.
Yeah, you don't want to run the risk for players like that, do you? At the end of the day, if we've qualified, let's just deal with the situation afterwards. Let's once we've won the league, that last game was a dead rubber on it. So I struggle to even get myself motivated for that one as well, wouldn't I? So
yeah,
right. It is what it is.
All right, okay, we're going to end it there, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch the second half of the PSG game because Spencer's just picked it up, and I need to go and have a butcher's. To be fair,
before you lot in the live chat do bugger off, please don't forget the campaign for Isla. This is still ongoing. We are still supporting it. This isn't going anywhere anytime soon, as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully, it does go away eventually and in the right way, but this family still needs our help. Couldn't care less if you're watching and you're a West Ham fan or not. Really couldn't care less what your team is. If you're a decent human being, just do us a favour. This information is in the description below YouTube and Facebook. You can copy and paste it, put it on your social media platform and get the message out there that there is a 7-year-old girl. The clock is ticking for her. She's got neuroblastoma. There ain't no cure for it no treatment for it in this country. All of the fallout and all the rest of it. As I say, there recently has been a slight shift in the focus from not just from a treatment point of view, but also trying to enrich, Isla's days sort of thing, because stop and think about it, an awful lot of her existence has been going to hospitals, having treatments, this, that, and the other. So they're also trying to give her days out at, I don't know, Alton Towers, Legoland, places like that, whatever. which I don't think is an unreasonable thing for a 7-year-old girl in this particular predicament. So if you guys can help, like I say, all we need you to do is put it onto your social media platforms, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your work colleagues, this little girl needs our help. Get the message out there. If you're in a position to put any money in the pot, you've got the Just Giving link there. Don't hang around. Get the job done now. No donation is too small. And remember, guys, the clock is ticking. And as usual, thank you very much indeed for your attention.
Much appreciated, guys, if you can. Like we say, everything we can do, we're trying to do. And yeah, let's help get our little girl some enjoyable days, not just the ones where she's being dragged to and from hospitals.
Absolutely. And guys, thanks for joining in with us. Don't forget, drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel, maybe even consider sharing the stream onto your social media platforms. That would really help us out as well. Luke, what are they doing with the bell?
They're just tapping the bell.
Just give it a little tap. Because the bell is a sensitive implement.
It is.
And we don't want to upset it too much.
It'll be good.
Duke, what are you finishing with?
Depends on whether Mia turns up again, to be honest with you. Mia
she done a runner. I thought my luck was in. I thought, I'd get a splash of Brute on, and
I'm not sure who she is. I might have to have a quick Google of her name, to be fair, and see what comes up. On other notes,
oh God!
Sorry,
it's not 9 o'clock yet. It's 8:59.
I need to get something straight between me and her.
Easy. Steady.
Casey, we're fucking massive.
It's the only part of my anatomy that is, mate. Come on, you irons.